Hello everyone and welcome to another match of the 2024 Roulette Rivals World Championship. It just began of course yesterday. This is day 2 and we are back with the first, probably quite high profile match between the first and second seeds of Group D, Phanium versus lukedotpng. And for a high profile match, we have a high profile co-caster. This is the defending champion, the Time Cube. Hello, how's it going?
Good, how are you, Infer?
I'm doing great. I'm very excited for this one.
Yeah, this is a banger of a match. I really enjoy watching both these players, so I'm glad I was able to join you on this one.
It's gonna be, of course, very short because the group stage matches is always 3 maps long, so we might be done in 15, 20, 30 minutes, but I think the gameplay until then will be definitely exciting to see.
Yeah, I expect nothing but high level gameplay from both of these players.
Yeah, both of these Americans who relatively recently woke up. Phanium was supposed to have an earlier match a couple hours ago, but had to cancel it, or the match was cancelled rather. But he's here for his second match, which is now actually his first one. And Luke wasn't feeling super well, but he's here and he's ready as well.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I hope he's feeling okay now.
Yeah, Luke is starting with, well, both of them are starting with their toughest match, of course, seed-wise. Phanium is the R15 champion, and as such, he was the number 4 seed for this tournament. And I think Luke has only played in R13 and 14, but finished top 10 both times, earning a second seed in the process. Nice last second practice from Luke in this.
Bossa boost.
Yeah, that is allowed. I had to check it for 1 second, but it is allowed now. But we'll see if it gets used actually, as we begin in just 5 seconds and time. If you want, you can start this first spin of the match.
Sure, that sounds great to me. First spin of the match will be Silvio Caruso, no pacification with a sniper as the chef, and Francesca DeSantis with a pistol as private detective. So that's a nice easy spin.
Yeah, an easy and straightforward one, because I'm sure there are some PI spins where you would be tempted to get him second. Although I usually like to always start with him, even if it's not optimal. But I think you just really have to start main square like Phanium does, and start with the lure and the Chonk on the PI.
Luke loading. Yeah, just a few seconds behind.
It's one of those spins where it might matter in the end, because I think they will be doing something very similar for the entirety of the spin. The chef is the one disguise where he kind of self-isolates for the second half of the spins outside on the, not really a balcony, I'm not sure, the outside area behind the observatory. So yeah, I think the spin kind of plays itself.
Already we're seeing subtle differences between, oh no, Phanium ripped, but subtle differences in the PI grab. Phanium was doing the briefcase toss for the lady at the very beginning, which actually speeds up the grab quite a bit. Luke's kind of doing the classic that everyone knows and loves.
It is the classic
he glitches
from Luke.
to the bench.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it's classic, but unintended consequences of the blue egg. Luckily, he could still grab it, and it puts the lead in Luke's hands. And he said it's a straightforward spin. I think 30 seconds is definitely a lot.
I think Scruffy makes a good point in chat. He's worried about the PI dying there when he gets woken up.
I think that's fair.
He'll be out of bounds.
Because he was definitely seen, or will be seen. Yeah, it's a matter of time. You just have to hope guns stay green. I guess Luke would have this dilemma of where to pacify or sedate the chef there, but I think good decision not to do that. Just gonna go for Francesca straight.
Yeah, by the time Luke gets to Silvio, the chef will be right outside the observatory, so I think it's just good safe play to just let him walk.
Yeah, no loud gun panic to, you know, delay him or stagger him or anything like that. I think pretty naturally he will walk out to the kitchen right about now.
And he was going for a blue egg on the chef. He is going to try to speed this up.
Of course, good question if it's actually speeding him up or or not, since these guys will come closer to 47 even on Luke's end. It's gonna be tough for Luke because... Oh, nice one. The question mark was, of course, the indicator that Francesca was interrupted in her cycle. But a very nice save by Luke. Although taking a bit of an extra time in the meantime, getting the exit disguise. Still first kill down and right in time for Silvio. I was trying to see on Luke's end if we can see the chef already. Maybe on the minimap, maybe in instinct. I think I saw a dot there.
That is Francesca DeSantis.
But Luke is going back to the
Yeah,
kitchen. He doesn't know that.
It's hard to say. I couldn't see the chef exactly on his mini map. He's definitely not in there right now.
Target down.
I think he realizes.
Silvio Caruso.
He's giving Phanium some time to catch up here. He hasn't isolated. Luke hasn't isolated Silvio yet.
And even though it will be a quick one regardless, the sniper on Luke's hand could be a...
And here's
Tricky
Phanium's
one.
plan for the chef, boosting over the table.
These decisions will decide the map in the next 30 seconds, because now Luke shot the panel, but we'll have to go the long way around, and gun flash is potential. No more chunks for Luke, so I wonder what he will do.
Phanium's shooting the panel now as well.
Luke is going for the coin, perhaps? No, just throwing the crowbar. He has enough items to throw.
And Phanium KO'd Silvio. That's a rip.
Oh my god. First win of their tournament. Luke is shaky, but Phanium does make the wrong kill, so... Or would have made the wrong kill if he actually eliminated Silvio, so that's the bigger problem, but I think Luke is in a pickle as well.
Yeah, he's gonna have to wait for the bodyguards to come up the stairs. I didn't see if he had any tranks. I don't think he does.
Both of them have been used already. The second one, the chef, kind of controversially, I guess.
There should be 2 clean safe knockouts, however.
Yeah, Luke doesn't know that Phanium ripped, but he gets the decision to wait with these KOs instead of going downstairs. Would have cost him the map if Phanium got the kill correctly, but Phanium didn't, and his second restart will be the costly one. It's pretty straightforward from here now. The tactical pistol snipe. Sniper snipe. Oh yeah, it's snipe rather, sorry. A little over 5 minutes, but a first try from Luke. In the first map, it's also an upset against Phanium.
Score 2-0.
Yeah, a bit of a shaky first map by both players, but Luke got there in the end. Good job to Luke for taking the 2 points here. It's definitely not easy against Phanium, and just knowing how adept he is at this map.
Ether Security's in the dock about the...
It was just... Of course, there are smaller and bigger things. You can always say about some maps. Luke just had, I think, one mistake, janking the chef. I guess he just wasn't sure about him being safe for the rest of the map. But if he had kept that second jank, then of course the whole isolation would have been quicker. And the rest is just very minor adjustments. But certainly interesting start, because Phanium is losing his own map pick. I guess I wasn't right when I said that Phanium had a very strong Sapienza win streak going, because he recently lost to Sapienza as well, RR14, but most of his Sapienzas lately have been a win. Importantly, this one against Luke is not.
Yeah, that ends quite a long Sapienza win streak for Phanium, doesn't it?
I think he's not exactly 11-0, but he was something like 11-1. It's just one random win, one random loss in the middle. Still a very impressive
That's ridiculous.
Phanium doesn't really have bad maps. We've checked that in terms of win rate, he doesn't have a win rate below 50%. Sapienza is close to that threshold, Whittleton is close to that threshold, but definitely not a bad player on either maps. Didn't quite figure out the reason for Luke's Whittleton pick. It is his most picked map since he started in RR10, but it's quite close because Whittleton 5, Dubai 4, Hokkaido 4. Bit of an all-rounder instead of a specialist Luke.
I imagine Whittleton Creek is just a map he feels confident in, that he can go toe-to-toe with just about anybody with.
I am interested to see what he considers as confident. Will we see like a strong emetic strat or parkomatic? Of course, the
Agent,
spin
get
declares
Duel
it, but
starts in 10
wonder what Luke
seconds.
cooked up. Because
9,
Phanium does have every
7,
available strat
6,
in his
5,
tool set, but
4,
his
3,
second spin will be
2,
Janus Electrocution
1.
in the Arcane Robes and
Eliminate
Nolan
the target.
NTKO Shotgun as Gunter Miller.
This is a quick one.
Definitely. You rush him upstairs. Probably dragging is still easier than emeticking and getting him to the bathroom, and of course the Nolan disguise takes no effort to get.
I'm actually leaning towards what Phanium is loading in, and I think I see Luke loading into Gardner. They're both gonna rush the Arcane Robes, and I believe they'll set Janus downstairs.
You
But
don't.
you can either make
yeah.
Parkomatic or you can even peekaboo Nolan into the backyard. You're gonna have a sub 4 time here, probably 3:45.
Peekaboo wins this spin for sure. Parkomatic would be mostly for safeguarding. The shotgun can be brought right there in the agent's pickup, so yeah. But gonna be another simple one.
Oh, huge whoosh by Phanium. He's able to get out of that situation. That was tough.
This is valuable information.
Another peekaboo in the going down to the basement, but he's fine and now. Sub 1 spin says goats. Certainly.
Would love to see that.
Yeah, I do think there are multiple ways to get this spin the first half done before the peekaboo timing. I think you're right that just rushing the Arcane Robes is the better way. The simpler way for sure.
Perhaps he's still attending these gatherings.
Yeah, I think the way players do strats, and often what's overlooked is the ease of execution and how well you can do it. That's something I've been prioritizing recently in my own gameplay.
Yeah, of course there is the notepadding aspect of Roulette, just the best in-game time strat or even the best RTS strat, but it doesn't mean a lot if you can't execute it 100% of the time. So depending on the amount of dragging, this could be close to the 2:30 timing, but it doesn't feel too far away from the sinks for both Phanium and Luke now, who's 7-8 seconds behind. Safe sync, no one goes for it.
Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a tight timing to get to Nolan here. I think he'll make it though.
Yeah, I think it's not strictly 2:30, but by 2:33 you could still trigger the conversation and another few seconds to make the emetic timing if you need, but you are right that peekaboo would be better.
We are close now.
He does enforce us though. He does enforce Gunther, so you have to be careful.
Peekaboo takes priority if Nolan goes for it, goes for the second time. But that was emetic for Luke, so Phanium can get this done, and I think he can.
Oh no.
Oh, door is open. In combat, Phanium by the Cassidy bodyguard. Ay.
There was so much chaos happening on Phanium's end. I missed Luke's approach. I imagine he just went for the Parkomatic.
He did, yeah. Can't tell you which item. I think Durian, but of course doesn't matter a whole lot. he will have the timing. I wonder if he will use the snipe, but yeah, as for Phanium, there was a bit of panic. I think even without the panic, the custody guard would have been in a quite bad position, but he might have heard a screaming, which ended the run.
Wants Janus to stop his annual landing of a helicopter near the local creek.
Rare situation where Luke's Gunter is of course chest passing, but the gardener is nearby, so have to be a bit careful not to get spotted here. But he looks okay.
A cigar box with a few cigars. The note
It's always nice to see with Parkomatic Nolan going to the right position, not into the middle of the park.
indicates that the box
Yeah, especially if you have an area of effect Matic, getting Nolan, his guard and whatnot.
could mean the constant and Janus
Yeah,
on a regular
Luke with second first tries and the second map wins. Not sure many expected, but Luke will win this match against Phanium. The 4-0 lead guaranteed.
The first annual gathering of the art community.
This is gonna sound bad, but I always forget about the bus stop exit. That like
Score,
lines up really
4-0.
nicely for Parkomatic, doesn't it?
It is, and kind of underrated. Would have to see it on the map, but probably not a huge difference. But you know, one day it might just be that the few meters that I guess bus stop is closer, but I've never thought about it either. So it is China, and I now understand why Coates is here. Nice to see you. Joker is asking about the RTA of this map. I don't fully remember. Was it actually 444 accents? Maybe. This is already very important for Group D.
Yeah.
I see the 4 Americans. Phanium, Luke, Ashton and Chris X3. But of course also Linux Penguin and Zerun being forces to be reckoned with. And Miklas and Randy are just such long-time veterans that they could also take maps against anyone else. So pretty interesting first match to this group.
Yeah, these 2 points could end up being very important for either of these players.
Also, I would really hate to kick a man who's down, but with this loss, Phanium's 8-match winning streak is now over. I guess there was potential that with a clean group stage he goes from
Duel starts in
R15's
10
loser bracket
seconds.
down all the way to
9,
knockout stage with
8,
15, 16
7,
matches, but
6,
we have to regroup after this
5,
one. Of course,
4,
he's still one of the
3,
tournament favorites
2,
in this RWC.
1.
Spin number here is here.
Eliminate the
Visit time.
target.
All right, we have Hush Loud Explosive as facility security and Imogen Royce No Pacification Kitchen Knife as facility engineer.
The one question, I think, this World Championship, is it too droneable? But I think as engineer usually discounts this one, so we probably have to be, and since it's Hush remote, you just probably rush him from Blockguard Star.
I think you want to shoot a drone as quickly as possible here. Phanium starting default.
He's going for that security to probably get that kill outright, but it would make even more sense if it wasn't a remote kill, so interesting choice for sure.
Yeah, I have to say I prefer Luke's approach here, getting the did he grab the kitchen knife already?
He's so quick that I don't know, but it's such a tiny detour. Still plausible.
And I would have to say that's a big advantage of starting block here, is grabbing that kitchen knife right away.
It does feel better, and then you're right, the one last question is whether shooting a drone immediately or waiting for that mid 45 to 230 threshold. It's important, but since it is engineer and you have to keep Imogen up, you probably wanna grab that guard and his tier 3 dongle for ease of access.
I don't know if you caught it. Did you see Luke shoot a drone already?
I'm fairly sure he didn't. And Phanium is compromised, not seeing that. I think it's Julie, right? The assistant lady.
Yeah. Yeah, always got to bring Hush to the side there, just to avoid that little glimmer of spot.
There's the answer to one of our questions. Luke has paused and alt-tabbed to hit maps. Or Milanote. We don't know at this age, but resource to get knowledge about the kitchen knife.
Saw a little screen shake there. I think he could have realized he might have been able to grab that right away.
Yeah, love when people communicate like that. We can create our own storylines with that, but that was definitely the reason I did that.
Here's the drone shot. I would love to see the drone shot as early as possible there and getting Imogen at the top of the stairs right away.
Luke is now in a small pickle because grabbing the tier 1 security won't make a huge difference. I guess Luke will catch the facility guard halfway up and use that disguise and especially tier 3 jungle to get nearer to the engineer.
Does Luke have a trank here?
He did pick up a trank from the rooftop agent pickup.
Yeah, I like this. He's going to use this to get down to the engineer a bit quicker.
That's Imogen Royce. Quite the bitch, apparently. Nothing wrong
And
with her
even
look, though.
safer with the body not being found by... He'll be the dumpling cook, the first one to see. Not just in general, anyone else. Look very safe, but even if it's not the fastest, it is still very fast. And 3 first tries, or we are nearing in on a 3rd first try as well.
You can use your
Which would
camera to
net him the
follow
sweep.
There's so much panic on Phanium's side.
Hush did lock down for probably seeing Mogwai or something like that, but this is trouble for Luke. He needs to change in a corner. Oh, that was so close, but he gets it done.
You got the bastard, Hush. Now go get Imogen Royce and we can get to
Good use of cover there.
Yeah, almost. There was almost not enough cover, but there was just enough, so Luke could get his final disguise. Everybody is strength here and no one is moving in the block area. It's very difficult to rip now.
In a different day and age, I would have imagined to see Luke cover aiming down to the facility
That's
engineer.
Imogen Royce down.
I think he feels the pain.
And get to the core.
I think one of the best in Chongqing in that couple of tournaments.
Oh yeah.
Just trying to see the minimap if Umbrella Lady wants to cause any troubles, but doesn't look like it. Luke going perfect today and going perfect in terms of scores. That will be a 6-0 win for him against
That's
RR15 champion.
I just
Yeah, 3 first tries. Really impressive stuff from Luke today.
That's a huge return.
Score,
He
6-0.
didn't play in R15. Not sure the exact reason, doesn't really matter, but that was also the tourney without the cover aims or any type of boosts. Now it's a bit looser, of course, with the uncategorized boosting allowed, and with Luke back, he's taking 6 very important points from Phanium, becoming a force to be the winner of Group D, I would say.
Definitely. A sweep against Phanium is no easy feat. There's definitely a meme in the community about Phanium aura, and it's I feel it's true. Having played against them multiple times.
You know what it's like. But Luke was definitely unfazed by it, and very good performance from him. Just couldn't say a lot about Phanium because he was in general, of course, playing well, but with a 1 rip or 2 in Sapienza, you just can't win maps like that, not against the 2nd seed. This is what it does to Group D. like this. And Luke is now the group leader with 6 points. Phanium on 0. Rank doesn't matter. He has played 1 match. He had to score a point, but he may just do that in half an hour.
First match of Group D.
It was, yeah. I wonder if every group has played by now. Your group hasn't. Oh, actually, many haven't. So I think A and C are left now.
No, we're slacking over here in Group A.
Unbelievable. But Deadly Muffin Man versus Throat in just an hour. So that will start your group. And then Group C as well with Daisy versus Dinosaur. But I could just say that while on the upcoming matches page. Here's confirmation of Phanium versus Mikulers in 36 minutes. And then 2 more matches for the night. Muffin versus Throat and Daisy versus Dinosaur. And the last time I checked, there were 11 matches for Sunday. Probably with some last minute additions, which usually is the case. We will see 12 or 13. Busy starts with busy knockouts. Busy group stage, sorry.
Just 60 additional matches on the schedule there.
Of course, the big number is the 224, assuming no forfeits or dropouts. That will be the total amount of group stage matches in these 3.5 weeks. And I think we're at number 9 or number 10, so we're nowhere near. But that's the great part about RWC. Yeah.
It's 224?
Yes, it is. It should be 8 times 28, which I won't count, but that's about it. More than 200
okay.
for sure. Almost 10 a day, and of course, most of them on the weekends. Most of them on this weekend, of course, starting this weekend. But yeah, I think that should be it from us. As we imagined, it would be a quick one, 25 minutes past the hour, and we already have the final score. Any last words from this match time?
No, GG's to both players. Congratulations to Luke. Taking a sweep against Phanium, like I said, is no easy feat, and he's definitely put himself in a top position to take the entire group.
Very much looking forward to this group. Now I think it's gotten even better. Wasn't the most boring one to start with, but yeah, see how it goes for them. Yeah, that should be it from us then. GG's to Luke at Phanium, of course. Thank you to some random person for admitting this match, and the Time Cube for joining me for this co-cast.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, always a pleasure. But we will continue then in 33 minutes with another match from some other caster. Until then, see everyone.
Bye.